all these
there's
things.
been some crony action going on with Willie Brown and
Of course there
friends.
has. Of course there has been. But you know what?
How much does that?
It disturbs me. I don't do that. You know, if you know anything about me, you know my businesses. I've never hired a best friend's son or daughter. I don't believe in patronage. My whole life is about performance and trying to get things done. I'm not going to point people just on that basis.
And the payment to Jack Davis was what then?
Oh, jeez. Jack is there. You know Jack's an advisor as needed. And you know that I authored legislation that requires that no lobbyist, or rather no campaign consultant, can ever lobby the candidate that ever gets into office during their term. Heck, I authored proposition. I was one of the 4 that put Prop G up. I mean, Eric J., who's in this room, they did phone banking against me because they were so furious that campaign consultants then had to register as lobbyists. I was the principal sponsor of Prop E, the new Ethics Commission reform last year.
So have you used the as-needed part? Has there been any need yet?
No, I mean, consultants work for me, not the other way around. Period.
Would you pay someone and then not use them?
I do. Hey, periodically he has some great ideas. He calls in periodically. I do use them.
What was the last great idea you had?
Well, the last great idea was to focus on areas where he thought we were weak, to make sure that our campaign strategy continues to stay focused on the issues that got us as far as we are. I mean, that's generalizations. I mean, he's a smart person. I may not like him, and clearly a lot of people in this room don't like him. I respect that. But he's never told me what to do. In fact, the 3 times he's told me what to do, I voted against him in each case, including taking the risk on the Laguna Honda bond, which I got paid back handsomely from Local 250 and my opponent, Angela Alioto. So, you know, it's not who I am. But it's interesting, Phil. Isn't it just slightly interesting that Joe O'Donoghue, Walter Wong, Randy Shaw, you want to talk about an access of influence in this city over the course of years? Where are they? They're not supporting me, and they're aggressively supporting my opponent. There is a reason.
What's the reason?
The reason is I'm not going to continue with the policies of the status quo. We're going to reform planning department, and I'll tell you what, we're going to reform this building department, which has been a bane in the existence of the average citizens for a decade.
Would you go so far as to call it corrupt?
You know what? Call it corrupt. It's argumentative. But yeah, there are aspects that are corrupt. Everyone knows that. You know, you pay a guy $50,000, all of a sudden, you get your permit passed. A few weeks later, you're guys like me that have had 4 or 5 projects that have never hired a permit expediter. It takes you a month, 2, 3, 5 months, sometimes over a year. It seems unfair. LA, you go down there, they don't allow that kind of stuff. Most major cities don't. Yeah, I don't like that. There is a corrupting influence. And it's interesting. These are the guys that transcend all elected officials. You know, guys like me come and go. Willie Brown comes and goes. But these are the guys with the real influence. And they know this better more than anything else. The reason they're so aggressive, it's no longer business as usual. You want to talk about weeding that element out? It's gone. We will do everything, and I will risk everything. And I'll tell you what, probably the toughest thing we do, probably even tougher than homelessness, is to stop that. Randy Shaw and his sole source contracts, where he's announcing that he's taking over residential hotels before the contract even goes out. Come on. This is serious stuff, and we're standing up on this stuff.
So
and
that
they know.
way you are moving away from Willie Brown.
Of course. Yeah, I'm not Willie Brown. I'm a completely different person. I mean, ask him when I went after him on Mulwright, we went after him on muni reform. I mean, we've consistently done that. I haven't supported all his commissioners. You think he was happy when I voted against Ben Hahn? You know, how about the day that I got appointed, Phil, when I went on, Mornings on 2 and questioned the 49er deal? That was day 1. Who was swearing me in? Not Willie Brown, my father. It was Willie and I weren't talking. We've always agreed to disagree on principle, but the difference is I don't believe in burning bridges. I don't believe, as it's been said by many others, in permanent enemies. And I'm trying to demonstrate that, reaching out to Susan Leal, reaching out to Mark Leno, reaching out to Leland Yee. These are folks that weren't with me. Reaching out to Angela Alioto, trying to pull people in, because that's how you think you bring a city together. If we want an ideological war, we want a divisive 4 years, and we want business as usual, because I'll tell you, this board and business as usual, it will be continued in many respects, because you have the dominance of an ideological perspective with my colleagues on the board and the mayor's office. You've lost your checks and balances. You've lost the separation, I believe, that even exists today, even as imperfect as it is today.
Kevin, we're going to have to take a brief break for a videotape change, hopefully.